Welcome back to the Crypto Clown World channel. I am your host with the honks, Jason Bruce, honking back in for this Tuesday night edition. December 26th, the night after Christmas. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas out there, folks. Lots of presents out here in crypto land, lots of green, and lots of continuation on the Santa rally with the altcoins. Bitcoin's kind of been a little flat, but things may start to pick up here. Let's honk on into the picture for Bitcoin and take a quick look here. What I'm seeing on the hourly looks pretty nice, to be honest. Price action is consolidating in this kind of falling, broadening wedge. We did see a few wicks down here. All right, nothing major. Down to around the 41,500 level. Okay. I did say that Bitcoin could retest 42K. 42K has kind of been the important area. All right, so we have since moved back above that, and the hourly time frame is trying to negotiate the 21 MA. So pretty important price action there. But a few important things to highlight here. So the interesting thing that I'm seeing is we had this wick down, okay, and I drew a line for this falling broadening wedge to that wick because I found it to be important because it connects these two wicks here. I'm looking at this as an outlier, and then we have this perfect spider line here with 3 touches. So I think it's just a larger consolidation, a larger kind of a triangle sort of a formation. And the really important thing here is the divergence that was created. Okay, where you can see we're closing lower on this tweezer bottom, but much higher on the RSI. All right. And as we come over here, we're much higher on the price action, but much lower on the RSI. And what this did is kind of create a hidden into a bullish type of a scenario. So now we have this bullish divergence starting to play out where this is much higher, okay, but we're lower on the RSI. And then this is much higher on the RSI, but much lower in price action. So this is showing us a super interesting consolidation. They're really just kind of playing with both the bulls and the bears here, trying to get people to fake out on the breakout or the breakdown. So what I'm seeing right now is a false move breakdown, and a lot of the time when we see a holiday and the markets are closed on Monday, instead of seeing that false move on Monday, we're now seeing that false move on that Tuesday. So I believe that's what we're seeing here based on the chart, and really the important level is this point of control up here around 43,650. Okay, above 43,650. If we start to see hourly closures above that level, we could see some momentum start to pick up for BTC. So I'm not terribly bearish right now, but there is some concern here on the daily. You do have stochastics pointing down after not being able to get above the 50 level, which often is a bearish sign. But we do have this kind of consolidation with these wicks here. The problem with that consolidation is it's now below the 21 MA. So that's not always the most bullish of signs. So we need to see BTC get that price action above that 21 MA again, and that's around 42,880. Call it 43,000. If we see some daily closures above 43,000, we should see momentum come back into the market. I guess one thing to be cognizant of as well, is this an M pattern? Okay, does that break to the downside as an M pattern? Looks like potentially we've lost the momentum on the daily stochastics, so sometimes that does point to that M pattern. If we hold the 50 level on the RSI, 50 level on the RSI, that's going to be key. So let's see. Sorry, folks, just trying to clean this work up a little bit. Let's see if we can hold that level, okay? So 50 level on the RSI should correspond to price action, at least staying bullish in this consolidation and not making a lower low. It's interesting because typically, most of the time you'll see the RSI correspond directly to the 50 level with the 21 MA, but we're not seeing that here on the daily for BTC. So potentially what that's telling us is that there's strength within this consolidation because that consolidation has taken place above the 50 level. All right, so let's flip over to Ethereum. I think Ethereum looks pretty good right now. You've got consolidation after a breakout, looks like retest of this falling wedge, and there is some nice divergence playing out, some nice bullish divergence that turned into support. You've got your stochastics turning up on the 4-hour. ETH looks pretty good with price negotiating this point of control. You did not get the volume gap breakdown here on the wedge after wicking back down, so that's all a positive sign. What we do need to see is when the 4-hour comes back up here that you're making at least a high above this area, if not a higher high entirely. If we come back up and double top in this area or can't get above this area right here, then we would be looking at potentially a much larger move down back to these areas around the 1940 to 1970, 1980 level. I don't see that happening with the current divergence. If we flip over to the daily, we are seeing the same issue with ETH that we saw with BTC, but keep in mind we did see some consolidation below the 21 roughly a week ago, and then we did come back up, and now we're back below. So I believe we're actually seeing some sideways type of consolidation, but I do believe this actually constitutes a breakout and retest at this point, instead of something like this where you're possibly even just in like a falling parallel channel. And again, RSI holding the 50 level for Ethereum. Nothing to worry about here yet as we're making that higher low on the daily. I just again would like to see Ethereum, same with Bitcoin, reclaim the 21 MA as support on the daily. Okay. Excuse me. So we'll take a quick look at ETH BTC, and we were flagging out here. However, it looks like there's a potential rejection going on at the top of this pattern. There was some hidden bullish divergence here. All right, but it looks like at this point that's kind of played out into a weak move. There is some consolidation around this point of control, but it just doesn't look like the most bullish of consolidation. So we may still see some retracement on the ETH BTC pair before we can see ETH really take off with BTC. And that could be down around this area of confluence where we saw this consolidation from the initial breakout. This was like an inverse head and shoulders here. All right. That type of a thing. Okay. So that played out pretty much perfectly, and you've now flagged out here, but this flag seems to be losing a little bit of strength. You're kind of losing the 50 level on the RSI. On the 1 hour, you're losing the strength on the stochastics. So it may be that we have to come back down just a little bit for this pattern to consolidate. If we just do like a measured move here, that's going to take you down to this close to the 786. So that's kind of a volume gap area. I kind of wouldn't expect that. I would expect this area to hold up around here between the golden pocket and this node kind of sticking out. Okay, so I'm not seeing a huge breakdown for the pair like people seem to think. They think the monthly chart is going to catastrophically break down for Ethereum Bitcoin. I just don't see that happening. I believe the monthly has support here, but there is some consolidation taking place within this range right here. So rejection at this point of control, I would say, would bring the pair back down to this golden pocket, and then you would see more consolidation and likely move back up. Again, just seeing rejection at the overhead resistance of this larger pattern here. All right, and this has been consolidative since a rejection at the 200 weekly. So I'm still looking for price to gravitate to the 200 weekly for the Ethereum BTC pair, and we do have the 200 daily just above that as well. So those should be key moving averages for the price to gravitate towards. I do want to move over to BNB. This is the perpetual contract over on MEXC. I have been trading this. It's been moving pretty Loctite with the regular USDT pair, so not too much deviation here. I did take some profit at this level before the price blew through it initially. So I did take small profits and move that over into some spots. So after taking profits twice on this trade now, it's essentially a free trade. Interestingly enough, now that I'm kind of here and taking a look at this, it is making me think maybe there needs to be a little more profit taking. You know, was that the wave 5? Was that the full Elliott wave set there? The divergence is not here on the daily. Okay, there's no divergence on that set, but there is actually some divergence going back here. It's not the hugest divergence, but it's definitely in play. Okay, so that's a larger divergence on the daily, where this is swung up higher on the RSI, but you're much lower on the price action on this tweezer top here. Okay, these are outliers. These are wicks up. These did not close as high as this, so this didn't close as high either. So this is all pretty valid, to be honest. The wave set, the divergence, everything. This is making me think I should take more profits off this trade and then look for the full retrace. Down to the golden pocket area, there's nice confluence there with this volume node and with this consolidation. So that would be right around the 250 level. It's a nice psychological level as well. And could that break down further? Sure. But honestly, when I zoom out and look at larger time frames on BNB, I'm not really seeing that. So this isn't the sexiest play out there because of the FUD and because this is kind of a slower moving coin. But with the leverage that I slapped on this thing, it's been a real nice profit for me so far. One of my better already in this young bull market. So maybe I'll take like 50% of the position and see what happens, because my entry is down here at 235. All right, so keep in mind as well, you know, most of this stuff here is pretty much just what I'm doing or what I'm seeing in the charts. It's purely for entertainment, shouldn't be construed as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor, folks. Do your own due diligence and research before jumping into any coin project, investment, or trade. With that in mind, if you're seeing anything that you like here, please honk the like button for me and get subscribed to my channel. If you're new here, hit the bell for notifications. We'll bring you these videos in a timely manner going forward if you do that. So it'll be for not only our benefit, but yours as well. So what I'm seeing here for Solana, so just going to cover Solana because it's clearly establishing itself in the top 5 here. Full disclosure, I don't hold Solana. If you do, congratulations. Enjoy your gains, folks. Things are looking pretty good on the hourly time frame. There is actually a nice hidden bullish divergence at play, and potentially what we're seeing is the first stages of a possible breakout here on the RSI. Price action has not negotiated the 21 MA on the 1 hour yet, and we do have this point of control here at about $113, which is a major level of resistance for Solana. As you see this consolidation here that took place as we're kind of negotiating this range here. So you look at it maybe as a little bit of a falling wedge too, kind of in this type of a manner. But for me, this is a falling broadening wedge. All right, and these are classically bullish patterns. And if we just take, a few measured moves, you got 130 and 141 as intermediate targets for Solana. I do believe that's pretty achievable. And as we zoom out here just a little bit, I do see 165 as a full measured move potentially before Solana may start to see some consolidation or a pullback, as it has seen pretty significant moves up from $8 and $165 would constitute over 10x, or no, 8x, excuse me, over 8x. That's bad math, folks. Sorry. Would constitute a 20x. So if Solana hits 160, it would be up 20x. So I'm sure you Solana holders are keeping track of that. I'm going to flip over to XRP. As XRP is now behind Solana in market cap, I am seeing this consolidation taking place on the 4-hour time frame, real tight with the point of control. There have been a few swings down here, fake outs, wicks down. It's all pretty much just in this range, moving sideways after a breakout of this falling wedge. It did create kind of a cup and handle here. And really this just looks like healthy consolidation. If I erase this fib, give us a little better look here at what's going on. This is all pretty tight within this range, so there's just kind of these areas that I've marked off as support and resistance, and you can see the price is moving pretty tightly between those with that point of control. RSI is consolidating right around the 50 level. Stochastics are trying to get that scoop and bend upwards. All this consolidation is taking place just above the 200 daily and the 200 weekly after a move above that here. The hope is this will be a healthy retest on this wick down, and that we won't need to revisit that again. If for any reason we do, we're looking at the price coming back down to this area around 54 to 55 cents for XRP. Personally, I'm playing this breakout, and I know others are as well. I am in a long position. It isn't a small profit at this time. If that long position plays out, the larger target that I'm looking for is going to be up around the same high as this range before, up around 92 to 93 cents. That is the measured move there, and we'll see how the price consolidates after that, or if it can make a new high and break out of that, as we are potentially seeing this sort of an Adam and Eve type of a move here, where we did see this fast move down, created kind of a V in the price action, and now this sort of a rounding double bottom, and we have created support and consolidation above that. So a lot of coins in the space have been breaking out with a lot of momentum from this pattern. So with the consolidation for XRP, I'm hoping for the same, and I am, full disclosure, in a long position waiting for that to happen, as we do see this resistance coming in here on the RSI. Price action moving above that, I think, would constitute a pretty nice breakout. And this is all just healthy consolidation right now, so hopefully XRP holders will be rewarded as well. I know that it's been difficult being patient for you as you hold your bags and see others get their gains. So I am holding XRP on spot, so just keep that in mind, holding both spot and a long position there. I do believe it'll be a good gainer. So last coin I'm going to cover here is Caspa. Full disclosure, I did get stopped out this morning on this wick out of the pattern. So big screw you to Caspa. I've had a very difficult time getting a trade in this coin so far. I have had a few in profit and just did not take the smaller profits and ended up back at the bottom of the range or stopped out. So did take a small profit on one, but really not my best coin to trade so far. So Caspa kind of challenging me in that regard, as I've just been messing around with it for the last week or so. So it's kind of been trapped in a larger range, and you can kind of see that here on the 1 hour. But the real consolidation for Caspa is taking place on the daily. So if we take a look here, we are seeing these wicks down, and there is some bullish divergence here on the daily, which is telling me that this thing does need to make a move. So I do want to find a position so I can catch that move here. So I do believe there's a good one coming for Caspa. All right. But these wicks have been really nasty. So there is this consolidation in this larger pattern. Either we're seeing like a bit of an ascending triangle, or possibly a little bit of a falling broadening wedge. All right. But really, I think what's key right now is this line here. This is a pretty obvious resistance line, overhead resistance line. So let me delete these two areas here. I was looking at those as price targets. They've now since flipped to local resistance. So realistically, this probably would have been the area where I would have wanted to take an entry from. Okay. And there's the confluence. All right. So Caspa, just it's a difficult asset to trade. It's not the easiest one. You can see all these wicks here where they're trying to catch you. So if you're trading this, don't use too much leverage, folks. I used a 10x, might even be a little too much. I might want to bring it down to like a 5 to 7 or 8x at the most. So if I would have kept it there, I would not have been stopped out today, but no worries. We are going to continue to plug away. We're still raking in profits and plenty of other coins and plenty of other trades. So not worried there, but I do see this coin potentially being a mover and having some higher targets coming around 26 and 39 cents. So an entry at 10 cents would be pretty juicy for a swing on Caspa. And I'm going to leave it there, folks. I'm going to get honking on out of here. BTC, just real quick recap. Hourly's looking pretty decent. Just need to reclaim the 21 MA there and take a crack at 43.6 to 44K as the overhead resistance. Above that level, things should start picking up for BTC. If there's a rejection at that level, I would expect to retest the base of the previous consolidation, which you're looking at these areas here around the 37, 36, 35K region. Below that, we're going to revisit 30K. So with that in mind, I am still expecting upside to the 50K area, and then we will see if real bearish action comes in short term. And I think price action is just not going to be what people expect as usual, but the charts will tell us what's going on. So stick around, folks. On your way out, if you haven't, please honk the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications. We'll bring you these videos in a timely manner in the future. As always, I am Jason Bruce. This is Crypto Clown World. Thank you for joining me. Take care of yourself. Have a fantastic night, a better day tomorrow, and I will talk to you soon, folks. Take care.